On the move from inside his 5. Makes a move. This guy makes you hold your breath when he gets the football in his hands, and that last line of the coverage team, the only thing that stopped him from housing it. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Turning it on! Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And a great job on the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right at the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. And the golden flashes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's Young. Grabs it in the middle. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And I'm really impressed with the start by this defense, like getting to the quarterback early and often. First drive, already have 2 sacks. That's a good sign for this defense.
Punt is on its way. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Shows him the stiff arm. At the 40, there he goes. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And, man, that is a huge play for the defense because they had to stop the bleeding. On the very last play, they gave up an explosive one, and all of a sudden it feels like the defense is on their heels. But what a great job in an individual effort, winning up front, getting around the block, and getting to the quarterback, creating...
Looking to take a shot. Oh, right through his hand. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit and coverage that forces the incompletion.
He's got it inside the 25. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. And that big gainer on the last one has him ready to go from inside the 10. A designed run for the quarterback. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Caught behind the line. It's Davis. Touchdown, Gamecocks! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drop.
Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They'll send the back in motion. Dropping back, it's Young. And the quarterback caught on 2 and sacked at the 12.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
First snap of this drive comes from the 32. Looking downfield on first down. Looking to buy time. Throws for the tight end. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Rides the back on the option, the give. There he goes. And that was a huge run that almost went to the house. The defense kept him from scoring. Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. Looking downfield, it's Stewart. Here comes the heat. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
I like the play call there. I know it falls incomplete, but you're in the defensive side of the field right now, and you're going back to the guy that's already scored a touchdown for you. This guy has stepped up. He's made a play. So if I'm on offense, I keep throwing him the football.
Back to pass on second down. Rushes on him, and he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, the offense lucky to fall on that loose football.
Those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Bringing the heat. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Gamecocks send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. Steps out of bounds across the 25. They'll mark it at the 26, and a good pickup for this offense here. First down here for the offense. Looking to throw on first down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
and unfortunately, this guy's been beat like a drum. He's been hit, sacked a bunch of times already, and another hit right here. I'm literally looking at my offensive line and be like, dude, I need some more time. You got to protect me better than this. Give me a chance to complete some passes.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to throw, it's Young. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
He wants to throw it again. Might be looking to run. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Punt is in the air on fourth down. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Now improvising. Going right and going deep. Makes a catch at the 15. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 of the 11.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
Back to throw, it's Stewart. Looking for the score. Throw to the end zone, it's picked off.
That's a decision the quarterback would love to have back. Down here in this area of the field in the red zone, these windows, they close so quickly. Everything just has to be done a little bit faster. You've got to be so much more precise, and as a result of being late on the throw, they turn it over in the red zone.
To the air on first down. Throwing right. He's got an open man. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Wants to go up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. The Golden Flashes will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Barber. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Might be calling a hot route. Going right to work up top. Quickly out to the tight end. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Stewart. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately, we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. And he gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
For this defense, man, to get back into the game, we talked about it at half. They got to pressure the quarterback. They got to force some sacks, and they do it. On this first drive, they get to him. They get him on the ground. Nice job by this defense.
Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Hardy. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Makes the grab. It's Barton. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Last completion moved the sticks in, and let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on 1st down. Extending the play. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And the golden flashing, trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground. It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you...
Touchdown, Kent State! Quick strike through the air for the score. Extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we are tied up in the 3rd. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll bring it out. It's Barber. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Trying to get the edge on the toss. Boom. Collisions and power on display, and after all of that, just back to the line of scrimmage. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Davis. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
It's a important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. Trying to beat the D deep. Snags it on the right. Turning on the Jets. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, South Carolina. And with that, they move out front here in the fourth. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they cap it off with a play that can build momentum, a 78-yard touchdown pass. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Makes the quick grab. Breaks into the open. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Fires to the tight end. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. So now it's second and long. Wants to throw. It's Young. Swings it out to the flat. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds.
You know, this linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover, and you saw a great example of it with that running back.
He's taking a deep shot late in the game.
And it's now or never. It's do or die for this offense. Fourth down, late in the game, trailing. They absolutely have to connect and move the chains right here. This thing's over.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Here's the pressure. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up. Run it. Do something. You can't take a sack on fourth down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for them.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. The option look. Now the pitch. Just does not like to be tackled, discarding guys and getting to the 21. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Goes to the option. He'll pitch it. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. He gets a hand on it, it's blocked. Scanning the field, it's Young. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. And they'll take a knee. You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters, and this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've